So a lot of people have been asking me the differences between binary options and leverage trading and what I think is best. So why not just give the people what they want? In this video, I'm getting into the pros and cons between binary options and leverage trading, and I'll give you my opinion. I'm also going to get into a little Q&A of questions you guys have been asking me over time, and I'm finally going to just give you guys the sauce. So without further ado, we're going to move right into the iPad. Let's go. So binary options versus leverage trading. Let's first start off with a little bit of a definition of them both. Binary options is pretty much time-based trading. This is more of a view of the market, like a down and in type of view, meaning you're not like overseeing the whole market. You're more focused on fine details. So let's start off with the pros of binary options, and then we'll get into leverage trading. So the first pro is something I call instant gratification. Being that binary options is time-based, you can make profits as fast as just seconds, whether it's a minute, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 5 minutes. You can make profits almost instantaneously after you press the button. That gravitates a lot of people that want to just spend less time looking at the charts and more time making money. Number two, not much knowledge is required. And the reason for that is because since this is more of a down and in view of the market, you're more focused on little details, little movements, not more of the full scope of the market. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to know why the market moves the way it does. You don't need to know any of that. All you need to know is the market going to move in the direction that you predict within the amount of time that you predict. Now, number three, you can start with little to almost no money. And the reason that's so great is because once you get good at this, you don't need a lot of money to make money. You can just leverage small amounts of money and make large amounts of profit over time. And there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can do binary options trading challenges where you stack your trades over time, or you can just over leverage the whole time and just make a lot of profits. Well, I don't advise that for a new trader, but it is possible. Now let's talk about leverage trading. What is leverage trading? This is pretty much point-based trading. Now, point-based trading is pretty much where you make money based on how much the market moves in the direction that you've predicted. This is more of a up and out view of the market. Now let's get into some pros. Number one, with leverage trading, you have the ability to earn a high reward on very low risk. What that means is, just like I've spoke about in my previous video, so if you haven't watched it already, go back and go check it out when I speak on risk to reward. You can risk a very low amount of money and make a large amount of profit. But the problem with this for most traders is that this is not as instant as binary options. You know, like the profits that you can make 10 times more than what you risk. But the problem is you're going to have to wait for that profit. It could take hours. It could take days. It could take weeks. It just depends on what type of trader you are. Most people don't have the patience to do it. Number two is the ability to minimize losses. Now, what I mean by this is you have a lot more control of the trade once you've entered the trade. There are different techniques that you can use to minimize how much money you lose. For example, a trailing stop loss. So what that means is once you're already in the trade, you can move your stop loss into a profit zone once your trade is already deep in profits. Let's say you are 50 pips in profits, you can move your stop loss to 10 pips in profits. So even if you lose the trade, you don't lose any money. You actually gain a small amount, or you can set your stop loss to break even so you don't lose any money or gain any money at all. But the point is you have that control on how much you can lose or not lose. You can also pull out of the trade early if you don't believe it's going to hit your take profit zone. Now, number three, you have access to just about every market. You can pretty much trade anything like commodities, crypto, ETFs, real estate, just about everything you can think of, you can leverage trade it. Now let's get into some cons, is what I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting for. So con number one for binary options is the fact that it is trash risk to reward ratio. The risk to reward ratio on binary options is so garbage that it's hard for very new traders to make money using it unless they have the experience or they just have a really good mentor. Number two, once you're in a trade, there is no turning back. The moment you press that button, what happens. You have no control once that button's pressed. Once you press that buy or sell button, that's it. You're in, and you're in until the trade expires. So what happens Whether you win or lose, you have absolutely no control. Unlike leverage trading, you have the most control once you press that button. Now, lastly, the profit is dependent on what time of day it is and what pair you're trading. So the reason that's horrible is because a lot of people work a job. And unfortunately, you'd get the best risk to reward in the morning. So it's either you have to wake up really early in the morning to trade, or you just don't trade at all. You don't trade binary at all, and that's the hard part for a lot of people. So now the cons for leverage trading is, number one, it typically takes a while before you can make profits. So a lot of people don't have that patience. A lot of people want instant gratification. Unfortunately, leverage trading is great with risk to reward, so you'd have to be patient in order to make that kind of reward. Number two, it requires a lot more knowledge. So unfortunately, you can't just take a trade and get lucky and just make a ton of money over time or in a day or in an hour. Unfortunately, you have to actually understand how the market moves and how much it's going to move if you're going to look to make the most on this. Now, lastly, so much more money is required in order to make good profit. Now, let's be honest. The reason a lot of people get into trading is because they're trying to make more money. So if they're trying to make more money, it's probably because they're in a position where they need to make more money. They probably don't have it like that, right? So a lot of people don't have $1,000, $2,000 to just throw into a broker account, not really understanding how to trade. And now they're going to trade with emotions. Now they're going to trade with a desire, with a need, with a hunger, with a greed to make more money. And that's what's going to cause you to lose money. It's just crazy how that works out. Now that we're done with the iPad, I'm going to give you guys my opinion. So I laid out the pros and cons for you guys. I showed you the facts. I showed you the actual facts between binary options and leverage trading. Now it's up to you to make a decision what you want to do. This is the way I see it. If binary options is going to bring you good profits, if leverage trading brings you great profits, why not do both? Yes, they have pros, yes, they have cons, but I'm going to show you how you can do both. Me personally, I haven't gotten into this yet. I trade very long term, so my trades might last hours. It might last days. It would last weeks. But that's because I wait patiently for the best position to get into. So look at it this way. Since that's the way I trade, that means I'm not on the charts every day looking for a position that big, because you're not going to always get a position like that. It takes time to get to that point where you can find those trades. You got to wait for the market to come to you, right? So while you're waiting on the market to come to you, you can get up in the morning and trade binary options while you're waiting on your setup. And that's just the way I do it, because for me it makes sense. Why miss out on fast money when you can make money while waiting on your position that's going to bring you great money as well? Take advantage of all options, and that's just the way I see it. So right now, I think it makes sense to get into the Q&A. What I have here is just a few questions that people have asked me over time, and I think, why not just answer all the questions now, right? So the first one says, what is something that is guaranteed return no matter how slow or how fast? And I really love that question, because a lot of traders get into trading because they want to make money. But understand, the hunger for money when it comes to trading or investing is what's going to cost you your money. So you want to be very careful on the state of mind you're in when you even get next to the charts. So to answer that question specifically, there is no such thing as a guaranteed return. In investing, there is no such thing as a guaranteed return in any type of market. Right now, there are options that you can get into that has a high chance of return, but nothing's guaranteed when it comes to trading or investing, right? So what you want to do is stick with the mindset where you're only going to risk, or you're only going to invest money that you can afford to lose, money you do not care about. Trading and investing is based on probability. When it comes to probability, it's never going to be 100%. If there were ever anything that was guaranteed, broke people won't exist. Let's be real. So the next question is, what is a way to make trading or investing a hobby or something that's just enjoyable? I mean, that's something you'd have to figure out for yourself. It all boils down to why you're doing this. The only way to make it enjoyable is if you're the type of person that enjoys learning. You're the type of person that gets so passionate about what you're trying to do that it becomes enjoyable for you. If you're somebody that don't like challenges, if you're somebody that want things to come easy, you will never enjoy investing or trading, because this is not something that's easy, especially in the beginning. There's going to be people around you that's just putting you down, telling you, oh, don't waste your time, oh, you're going to lose all your money. And then you listen to them, and then you miss out on all the blessings God had for you on the other side of that fear. So it just depends on you. Who are you? Are you somebody that's passionate, or are you somebody that just wants things to be easy? Third and last question that I have here is, what are things I can do to make this another stream of income, not just relying on my primary job? What are markets or ways of investing that can show me another salary? Well, everything that I just spoke about in this video, like when it comes to investing and trading, that's a way to make another stream of income. If you're at the point where you're making constant profits every week or every month, that's another income for you. But that constant profits only comes based on your level of discipline. If you have no discipline, there won't be any such thing as constant profits. It's only going to be constant losses, and you're going to be more frustrated. It first starts with your level of understanding on the charts and how consistent are you disciplined in the craft of trading. So first you got to learn. So I urge you guys to go into my comments, drop any questions so you can be a part of this, and I'll post your question on the next video, right? Drop your questions, anything that you want to learn. Like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications to all of my videos so you can get all the financial sauce that I give you guys. Stop wasting time, stop getting frustrated, stop just failing every way through, and start getting disciplined, start getting consistent, and make the decision. Make the decision that 2025 is the year that you finally get the profits that you want. You finally get the knowledge that you've been desiring for the last 10 years, and you're ready to actually make things happen this year. Thank you guys for hopping on. I'll see you guys on the next one.